I'm in Grandas de Salime, right next to the parish church. It's Sunday afternoon. The midday mass got out a little while ago, so you see villagers taking their paseo. They were hanging out at the church behind me. Um, yeah, see how old that is? But there are just as many peregrinos as villagers here. Um, but I'm just thankful that I'm here, and I might actually keep doing the Camino, because this morning I was tapping out. Seems like that's what happens these days. I find limits and tap out. But really what was happening is I was being purged of any and all attachments to plan, to ego, to identity. And you can see I'm in better spirits because all through last night, even though I'd been sleeping 16 hours on and off, I was having diarrhea every hour. Nothing I could eat stayed down, even though I only had like a noodle soup, a broth, for my last meal for dinner. Nothing. It seemed like more was coming out of me than was going in. And I had not only given up on hospitales, but the Camino was done, it seemed like. Five legs in and I was done. So much for being a peregrino. So much for having the glory of walking into Santiago. So the Camino became internal. Every Camino is different. I didn't panic, but starting day 3 with diarrhea meant this is no longer compatible with life. It's Sunday and I'm going to have to get into the clinic. Luckily, I'm in a town large enough they had a clinic. So I walk up to it, not knowing if I'm going to be able to stand there without having to find a bathroom. And I buzzed and somebody answered, a woman. So I said, estoy enferma, necesito ayuda. And she said, one minute. So she came and let me in. Started to take my vitals, took my blood. So fast I didn't have any time to think about it. And called in the guy, the medic from Venezuela. And thank God I speak Spanish. I don't know what I would have done had I not spoken Spanish, because hey, hey, you made it. I was doing a video. You can join my video. This is Ann.
That's right.
And Brent, yeah, from New Hampshire. You made it. So tell me about your trip.
Oh my gosh, our trip has been so good. We're so grateful for less rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
Yes, the sun for the first time. Yay!
I know. My feet are dry. My feet are dry. That's the big news.
Yeah.
Today was a lot of like up and then down, getting up the mountain, and then today was just down.
We
So
didn't see.
did-
Where were you last night?
Well, I've had diarrhea for 3 days. Yeah, so I had to take a taxi here.
Oh no.
I left my friends at the base of the hospitales. Did you guys do hospitales?
We went to.
We went the
No,
other
we
way.
went the other
The
way.
lower-
Yeah, because we were nervous that hospitales, the weather was going to keep us from
right.
seeing it. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So Anne is a doctor of nursing. Yeah. Teaching at
Sawyer
yeah,
College.
yeah.
Colby Sawyer in New Hampshire. Hi, New Hampshire.
You're doing you got a grant here to, and what are some of your thoughts so far on? Yeah.
My thoughts so far, to be totally honest, are that if you're that sick, it's too late. If you needed a hospitalis, it's too late for you. Unless you have some really good friends to get you there. It's too late.
No, I know. But I mean, on you were doing healthcare or care on the Camino and with Catholic origin.
Yeah, exactly. So far, what I've realized is that most of our Catholic churches are closed. And that's been the biggest surprise to me, is that every door is locked. I will tell you, last night, though, we found ourselves in, where were we? La Mesa?
Amesa, yeah. Amesa.
Yep, and we went to go to Mass, and Mass was at 5. There was no one there except a stray cat. And so we went back to the hostel, and then about an hour later, knock, knock, knock on our door. And it was the hostel owner, and he said, hey, the priest just got here. It was like 6 o'clock, so the priest was an hour late, but we went to Mass with 3 other people. So in this little teeny tiny church that looked like it was falling down, but it was beautiful, and it was the best Mass ever. So it was lovely, and it felt like care in a faith community. So it was good.
And the Mass just got out here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Go?
We were going to, and we were like 10 minutes late, so we let it go. Yeah. Are you feeling better?
I got medicine. I was able to navigate, because I speak Spanish, the clinic, and then I went to the pharmacy, and people came in after hours to serve me. Yeah. So there's some care.
There's some care right there, some physical care.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm waiting for my friends to arrive, and we'll see how far I can see what I can eat and maintain. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, best
So
wishes.
really great to see you guys again. Okay. Okay. Bye bye. Oh, that just lit me up. No. Yeah. So you got the story there. And the pharmacist tipped me out to. Oh, by the way, this happens. Like when you start the Primitivo route in Oviedo, within a day or two of other people, you end up pretty much taking a similar route and running into people. I mean, you hike miles and miles and miles, and you make friends. And it's just, the odds seem small, but it's just wonderful. Anyhow, the pharmacist directed me to a small bar castillo to get food that I could eat, bananas and some cooked ham, not cured. And because the two supermarkets were closed on Sunday. And then I stood on the taxi corner waiting. Nope, no one was coming on Sunday. So a local villager from the hotel restaurant where I was at saw me and helped me out, brought me back to the restaurant to call the taxi company. Again, lucky that I speak Spanish. And I was able to arrange for a taxi to get from Pola de Allende through the mountain, maybe 20 miles. All this while I'm thinking, my buddies are walking this distance. And it was high in the mountains. I'll add photos afterwards here. So we'll see. I'm just glad to be able to hike anywhere. There's a curveball.